The end of summer is here. Well, at least it was in our second season at the country house. Let's take a look at the harvest that was in full swing back then, as that is always an exciting time. Our natural garden has gifted us with a nice array of fruits, vegetables and other interesting delights. I'm picking blackberries. We have quite a few of them here, which is great. And Tommy cleared out this area because it was full of nettles and now it's more accessible.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. And there are a lot of them, so that's great, of course. We are right next to the rooster. He loves us.
I'm sure that's why he's doing that.
Yeah. He's greeting us. In the end, the bowl is almost full.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is amazing.
So many. I didn't expect that.
And there are still a lot of them there. They are getting ripe gradually. So, ta-da!
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We are harvesting our poppy seeds. Looks like they are ripe as well. And what we love about it is that it was quite effortless. We didn't have to do anything. We just planted it and we let it grow here. We let the weeds overgrow it, but we still have a harvest.
Yeah. The heads are not very big. They would be bigger if we took care of them.
Yeah.
But there are poppy seeds inside.
Yeah.
So better than nothing. This was just a fun experiment. So we'll see how much we are going to harvest of this.
It should be more than we planted, so that's the main thing, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so these are white poppy seeds. Not so many of them, but we have a lot of blue poppy seeds.
Nice.
Yeah. Looks great. So we'll see how it goes, pouring out the seeds, because we've never done that before. This is completely new to us. We decided to do only the white ones this time as a test and keep the blue ones for later.
It feels like adding salt to a meal.
Yeah.
It's making the sound as well.
Now the biggest one.
This was so much fun, right? And this is the amount we harvested from 2 meters squared of planted area. But it was just an empty area which we wanted to use for something. I don't think we're gonna plant poppy seeds again next year, because if we wanted to plant the amount we eat every year, then we would probably have to plant poppy seeds in the whole field.
Yeah. But it looks very pretty. I like these decorations.
We finally found courage to dig out our potatoes. We could have done it already like 2 months ago maybe, but we've been delaying it until now. But I'm glad we finally did it, and we have a nice harvest. We could have had more if we took care of it properly, but we just planted it and then we didn't take care of it all year long. So considering we didn't do anything with it, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And we still have more in the field. We might do that later today as well, we'll see. So yeah, we're gonna have potatoes that will last us for a few months at least, I think. We are continuing to harvest potatoes here in our field. We have this furrow which we filled with hay, and we planted the potatoes in the hay. And now I mowed it because there was a very tall grass here. and it immediately uncovered some potatoes. So it's just lying there in the hay. Look, it just grew here.
Uh-huh. And they are pretty.
Yeah. Okay, this was a fun experiment, but we could see that in the hay there were less potatoes than in the soil. So it wasn't as efficient, but we didn't have any other place where to put them. We would have to eat them otherwise.
There is also this second kind of potatoes. They were in the hay as well, and they are darker. It's not very visible, but they are actually violet. So that's quite interesting. We don't have a lot of them, but yeah.
So we just got a few of those potatoes from your mom, right? And we just filled in some holes, but we didn't expect any big harvest of those.
Yeah, but it's at least for one meal.
Yeah. And we're done. This is everything we've harvested.
Wow.
I didn't think we would manage to do it all in one day, so I'm very happy about that. We don't have to think about potatoes anymore.
Yeah. We are in our sweaters because it's cold outside for days now, and we've been harvesting and dehydrating plums every evening. Every evening we do this small basket.
I think this is already our 7th batch or something like that.
So many batches, and we are nowhere near the end, right?
Yeah. We have these 2 huge jars full of plums already. Last year we had like 1.5 after the whole season, and we already started 3rd one. So we will have more plums than last year, which is great.
Yeah, it's amazing. This year really is a fruity one.
Yeah, exactly. Our trees are breaking under the heavy load of fruits.
Yeah.
There are a lot of pumpkins hiding here behind me, which is great. But the problem is that it might freeze in 2 nights, and if that happens, then the harvest will be destroyed because the pumpkins would become a big pile of orange goo and we couldn't eat them. So I think I'll harvest most of them and then I'll see what to do with the rest. Hopefully we will have a nice harvest. I harvested 13 Hokkaido pumpkins and 1 zucchini, so that's great. They are ripe, but the stalks still need to dry off, so I'm keeping them here in the open, in the sun, to help the process, and hopefully that will help them to stay healthy. There are still some fruits which are not ripe, so I left them in the field and I covered them with an unwoven fabric so they would survive the freeze. We'll see if that helps or not. We are really excited about harvesting pears this year because we only have 1 productive pear tree on our property, which is behind me, and it's quite small. It only had like 5 pears last year, but this year it has way more, so we will finally be able to feast on pears. We also planted 2 new pear trees last year, but it will take time before they have any fruits, plus one of them died, so we will have to replace it. And it's time to harvest them now, so let's do it. I had to stop early yesterday because it was getting dark already. So today I finished picking the rest of the fruits. And it's way more than I thought. It was more than 2 full baskets. So it's slightly better than 5 pears last year. Now hopefully we'll be able to store them properly so they wouldn't go bad too soon. Because we don't have any experience with storing pears. So this will be our first. It's supposed to freeze at night again, so I harvested the rest of our pumpkins, including this big Halloween one. Or at least I hope we will use it for Halloween, because it'll be the first time that we would have our own pumpkin and we wouldn't have to buy one in store. So fingers crossed it lasts. We have these nasturtium plants, which we got from my mom. And when we visited her at her place, she had a lot of them in her garden. And they're pretty. And the flowers taste like radishes, you can eat them, which is pretty cool. So she gave us 1 pot. But as soon as we brought it here, they were completely decimated by these little black bugs. I don't know what they are called in English. So we thought the plants were done, but they survived and they grew up again. And now they are flowering in October. So they don't like freeze either, so I think I'm gonna put the pot indoors for the night. And then I'm gonna return it back tomorrow. And then we're gonna eat it. We want more flowers on our property. So I bought maybe 50 bulbs or so. And I want to plant them now because it's the time of the year. And the idea is that they would flower or blossom at the beginning of the season. So maybe from March to May. And it would be the first thing to look forward to when the new season is starting. It's mostly daffodils. Because I read on the internet that voles don't like daffodils, so they shouldn't eat them. But we'll see next year if it works out or not. We want to plant them mostly around the fruit trees that we planted 1 or 2 years ago, because it could look nice. And I bought this thingy, this hole digger, to make the job easier. But the soil is quite hard, so it's still pretty challenging to dig holes that are deep enough. It's getting hot. And it's only 10 degrees, but it's sunny and not very windy.
It's so warm outside, and as good fathers to our pumpkins, we take amazing care of them. So we took them outside so they can sunbathe.
Yeah, and because we are so careful, even this big one seemed to survive. So we will be able to use it and carve it for Halloween. But that's it for this video, so see you guys next time.
Bye!
Bye!